So everything around us is made of something. Microbiology and quantum physics would state that the smaller something gets, the better chance that you'll find that it's always made up of something else. You'll learn new things that you've never seen before. For example, we are made up of something. Our bodies are like an ecosystem for bacteria. So when you really think about it, and I mean, it doesn't have to just be like us, for example. It could be anything. Take for example this towel, this rag. You might see that it's just a simple size, but if you think about it, that cloth is made up of something. That material gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller to the point where you eventually ask yourself, what was the smallest thing that really happened? The first thing. Because here's the way this infinite logic works. Either nothing came from something, or you are going to be surprised that that material was able to create itself somehow. And there's no beginning and there's no end. And when you really think about it, the law of conservation states that energy cannot be destroyed, it can only be changed, whether through a physical or a chemical change. But when you really dig into it, it just seems like, either way it's confusing and mind-blowing for any human being to really accurately conclude. But if you really wanted to really get an accurate answer, you would be surprised that energy, it's infinite either way you look at it, considering that no matter what you and I do, there's no limit. It's just when you think that, it seems like the only definition of a limit is that, what we're able to see. But there's always going to be something, as long as there's something out there that we'll never be able to see, at least not until like years of technology becomes better, then essentially what we have is this infinite repetition of what happened first. Because it seems like people are always going to keep setting records for finding the newest, the smallest thing. And then we can go vice versa. Let's talk about like macrobiology, like large objects. Even though the universe itself would be very hard to, accurately measure. But of course we could go with the observable universe, but, even that's huge. But, when you really think about it, what's beyond the universe? Probably just more energy and dark matter and dark energy and all this other cool stuff that makes up stardust and all that. But it's like, if you think about it though, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and there's probably something the universe it's inside of. And then you have an infinite number of universes, an infinite number of dimensions, and beyond that, and then beyond that. It's like infinity times infinity times infinity and an infinity number of times, Where does it end? And where does it begin? Nobody knows.